What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Finding the Fantastic. It's that time where we talk about life, we talk about brokenness, we talk about just trying to survive it and do it, right? Because life is hard. So hard. Like, as a kid, you're like, yeah, I want to become an adult. It's going to be so cool, so free and independent. No. Joke's on you. We talk about social and emotional intelligence, too. Okay? Because, it's important. Because we're humans, and humans need humans. I hate to break it to you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We live in a society. Hear me out on this, okay? I'm not looking to pick a fight. I'm just throwing out an unpopular opinion. We live in a society where people say they hate other people. And they don't mean, some of them do, but they don't mean like, hate, I want to kill you and cut your throat. But they just mean, I don't want to be around you. Have you heard the people who are like, I'm allergic to other people? Or, it's the dawn of the introvert. Not even the dawn, it's the day of the introvert. We've woken up. And I love my introverts. This is not a put on blast of introverts, but it's a put on blast of the stereotypical society that's been created on, I just want to be at home alone with a glass of wine. Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when it becomes a trend to say, oh my God, I'm allergic to people, or I don't want to be around people, or I make plans just to cancel, right? When it becomes trendy to isolate ourselves, which is what we're doing, we are isolating ourselves. We are pulling away from humanity, right? Which I find ironic, okay? Because this was a trend before quarantine, before COVID happened, right? And even through COVID, it's still alive, right? It's particularly in the younger generation, not so much the older generation, but particularly in the millennials down. It's still a trend to be like, I just want to be at home, alone, leave me alone, you people, I don't like you, go away, right? And again, I'm not shaming that. I think there are certain extroverts who absolutely kind of need that. And I love introverts. I love my introverts, right? So again, I'm not bashing it. This isn't to bash it, okay? I'm setting up my point. So I'll just get to the point. I really think we all need to invite people over for dinner more. I'm just saying, especially in the world of social media, where I love social media, clearly, because I can be connected to a lot of people, right? I can connect to a lot of people I couldn't connect to prior, right? In the olden days, you sent a little snail mail, carrier pigeon, right? So you couldn't connect to a lot of people. So instead, they invited people over for dinner, picnics, lunches, right? Let's break bread. And I think we should do that more. I think, and I know that Hannah and I are going to do this, but let's invite people over to break bread. Now, here's where the problems lie, okay? And here's where I agree with my introverts and those people in that subset. It's when it turns into a 5-hour event, right? I'm talking about a classic dinner. You come over at 5:30, you bring that bottle of wine, we make the food, we sit down at like 5:45 maybe, we eat, we have a good time, the dessert comes rolling out, and it's like 7 o'clock and you're out. 7:30. That's like 2 hours. That's plenty of time, right? But we talk. We have that connection. We get to know each other, right? And we don't have that. And that's something that we can't get on social media. That's something that we really cannot get on social media. Like, I'm all about it connecting me. Like, I can actually talk with my grandmother more. And I appreciate, I text my grandma. My grandma's the OG. Like, she is 90 plus, and she knows all about the computers and the iPhones. She knows it, okay? But my point is, like, we need to do more of that. I know that we're going to commit to doing more dinners, right? Lunches are tough because we all got that J-O-B. And I'm not going to lie, weekends are sacred, okay? Weekends are sacred because, you can have a weekend dinner, but, like, usually you go out with people on a weekend. I don't know why we don't do it during the week. Maybe not. I don't know. I got to think about weekends. But nonetheless, I think once a month, Hannah doesn't know this yet, but I think once a month, we should invite friends over to break bread because we're having a social human interaction. We're communicating, right? Which is so important for us. We gotta know how to communicate with people. I talk about that all the time. Communication skills are on the decline, and they need to be on the incline in a huge freaking way. We need on that Stairmaster like twice a day, to be honest with you. But yeah, break bread with people. I challenge you. Invite some people over for dinner. You're gonna be like, I gotta clean my house. No, you don't. If the people you're inviting over judge your home, you got the wrong people in your life. That's a hint for you right there. So excuse out the window. Yeah, you gotta make some food. Or not. Order food. Get some Chinese food, man. Or if you do not Instacart, what's the other one? HelloFresh. It's already there. It's all there, right? So just invite some people over. Start with some people who you know are real chill. And honestly, set a time limit. A lot of people are like, oh, but I can't kick them out. Yeah, you can. You tell them, you say, hey, come over from dinner from 5:30 to 7 or 5:30 to 7:30. And we're going 7, say just 7, 5:30 to 7. Okay, that's it. That's what we got for you. Okay, get a little 30-minute run room just in case. And there's nothing wrong with kicking people out. There's nothing, and you're not kicking them out, but there's nothing wrong with you going. It's we got to get ready for the next day, so we're gonna sayonara. Sometimes they'll even look at me like, listen, you can stay down here if you want, but I'm going upstairs. Bye. Right? But point being, let's break bread with each other more. Right? Especially that now after, with COVID kind of getting behind us and whatnot, let's go. Let's do the thing. Come on. All right, so that's my challenge. That's my podcast for the day. Again, a little controversial. I mean, no offense. Like, I love my introverts. Everybody knows I love the world is 80% introverts. Like, people think the extroverts are like the majority. We only look like the majority because we're loud and obnoxious. We are. It's just how we get our energy. But I love my introverts and all that. So if you like what you heard, please share the podcast. Like, share the podcast, text it to somebody or share this video. I'd appreciate sharing this video. It would mean a lot. I've got to go. Later. I dropped my phone. It's all good.